Yes. A very warm good morning to all of you. I am honored to be a part of this two-day national conference held by Global Institute of Engineering and Technology on the challenges of digital technologies and e-learning. It is an honor also to be sharing the platform with Professor Dr. A.Govardhan ji and Mr. Minazuddin ji and Dr. Srinivas ji from UGC and a host of other dignitaries present in the conference today, and of course the faculty and the heads of departments and the efforts specially put in by Mrs. Tiwari. Truly appreciate that you put together a conference on this theme, which is very relevant to the times that we are here today. As we all know, whenever we open a social platform today or we open an online newspaper today, we are flooded with negative news. They talk about the challenges that we are facing today. They talk about how COVID has impacted about 185 countries today. And they talk about data from Center for Monitoring of Indian Economy, which just now said around 27 million youth in the age of 20 to 30 years have lost their jobs in April alone in this year. So there are quite a gloomy picture that we get to see of the world and India in general of late in the wake of COVID in the past 2 months. But then personally, I do believe that this bleak image of the world cannot be accepted. Because whenever humankind is faced with any challenge in the history we've taken, we have risen above it. We have surmounted any challenge that was thrown at our face. And I'm very confident that the COVID challenge also will be overcome by the humankind and very potentially so. As in when plague was ravaged in Europe in the 14th century, the after effects were very interesting and helpful to the whole world. Plague actually meant the decline of feudalism. Plague actually meant more and more women force coming and joining the workforce at that point of time. Plague actually meant that the entire Europe looked at developing technology instead of only relying on people. So whenever there is a pandemic or an epidemic or an unsurmountable challenge thrown by nature to the humankind, we've always risen above. And we, India in particular, we've had our share of experiences facing malaria, polio, TB, etc. And we have pretty much got hold on all of these epidemics. And today we have emerged as the strongest welfare state. So I believe this challenge of COVID certainly has shown us a mirror, shown us what we lack as a society, shown us where we probably should be heading as a society, shown us how better we can use technology to further ahead the humankind. But I don't believe this will bring us down. Point one, more focus and emphasis today after COVID and especially with the physical distancing, etc., and lack of travel facilities. We're all looking at the utilization of digital platforms. But I should also remind you, most of you probably already know, in 80s, when I was a child myself, there was this talk about how computers are going to swarm up and eat up all human jobs in the country. In fact, I remember parties like CPI, CPM at that point of time asking to not bring computers at all into the country. But then today, look at our city itself, Hyderabad, where millions of jobs in this IT field, and we have emerged as a leader in IT as a country today in the world. So any challenge, any disruption in technology, I believe ultimately we as Indians can definitely take advantage out of it. Today, when we are looking at a challenge of, if you don't mind, I would like to take the example of our very own conference. We have begun the conference. There was technical glitches from the beginning. All of us, of course, have been patient and understanding. But then this directly shows us, the policymakers and the government, the need to improve the infrastructure, the need to improve the high-speed internet connectivity, the need to make sure that there is power 24/7 in all the states and even in the remotest village. Not only that, it puts the responsibility on the heads of governments of all the nations in this world to make sure we create and make affordable phones, affordable tablets, so poorest of the poor child can take advantage of the digital learning platforms. Yes, there are many advantages to digital learning platforms. Probably not everybody will learn at the same speed. So digital learning, e-learning provides us a facility of, for any student to going back and looking at the content again. This will change the whole scenario of learning. But then as academicians, probably you are forthcoming and you would today say that Global Institute of Technology probably tomorrow will strike a deal with Harvard, wherein professors from both of these universities will come forward and say, we will offer a free course. But then as government, as Indian government, as US government, will we be so open as the academia or as the people are? That I believe is the biggest challenge to technology. Creating infrastructure, putting tablets in hands of people is all right. But then when it comes to the mindset of leaders across the globe today that we are looking at, more and more protectionistic tendencies are growing in the countries we are seeing. So with that protectionistic tendencies, no matter how much ever we push forward and make leaps in technology, can we truly go beyond the borders? However virtual we might claim to be, can we really go beyond the borders? I believe is the biggest challenge, because tomorrow Harvard might offer a free course, but then will the Indian government recognize the course? Tomorrow Global Institute of Technology can offer a free course, but then will the United States government take it into its stride and accept it as a course? So these are certain challenges. So for policymakers, for governments, for people, for academia, I believe this is a time to reinvent ourselves. And I would like to quote my favorite author, Harari, who says, till today, world has been a place where years together we would learn and then we would work and then we would retire. But now the system has changed. You learn, you work, but then you have to constantly keep learning throughout the life to make sure you are a part of the game. That is the kind of technological advent we are seeing today. So I believe with the kind of e-learning platforms that we are seeing, with the kind of digitization platforms we are seeing, and more affordable VR and AR is getting today in the world, I believe we can reach out. World is truly become a village today. But then we only need more open minds from nationalistic leaders, from the world leaders. And I believe that is the biggest challenge that the digital technology today is facing. Thank you so much. Jai Telangana.
A big round of applause to you, madam.
Jai Telangana, Madam Kavita garu. Thank you so